Are you planning to have IVF treatment abroad? Well, the first step is a medical consultation with your chosen clinic. Do not underestimate the importance of preparing for this consultation, as it will determine the future direction of your treatment. Hello everyone, my name is Anna and I'm an IVF patient advocate and medical researcher whose mission is to support individuals and couples on their fertility journey. Today you're going to learn how to prepare a smooth and stress-free IVF experience abroad. In this video, we go through all the steps to consider before, during and after your consultation. Remember, the time that you have booked with the IVF specialist is a golden opportunity and it is your job to make the most out of it. Ideally, you will want to focus on the medical part of the process, and all the organizational information will be discussed with your personal IVF coordinator afterwards. Let's narrow down 18 important steps that will make your fertility journey easier. Fill in the patient questionnaire and return it to the clinic before your appointment. The questionnaire is a lot of paperwork, so do not let it intimidate you. Try to remember that it will take you a few hours to concentrate on getting it done. Ideally, complete all the paperwork beforehand so you have time to ask if anything is unclear and complete it. Your spouse or partner will also be needed, so make sure you sit down and go through everything together. Both partners should be involved in this process so that you are aware of any details that clinic needs to know. You can also help each other to answer and discuss if there is anything that makes you feel unsure or uncomfortable. Collect your medical records and send them to the clinic. Each clinic has different requirements, so find out what they need from you so that you can ideally do everything in one go. Check with the clinic which platform they will be using: Teams, Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp. Ideally, try to connect a few days in advance to see if you can reach the clinic's profile or user. Make a test call to a friend, for example. This way you can be sure that everything is working as it should. Remember, some platforms work better with Chrome or Firefox better than Safari, for example, Google Meets. Sometimes Teams runs better in the application rather than in the browser. So make sure you have all this covered in advance. Have a look at the time zone to be sure that you are in contact with the clinic at the correct time. If you're emailing with the clinic, make sure that you're both on the same page. And always confirm if they're using their local time zone or if they have already converted the confirmed time and date of the consultation to your actual time zone. This can be a source of a lot of confusion and stress, so make sure that you are all set. Make sure that your internet connection is strong enough to be able to hold a video call. Also, if you're using a laptop or phone, make sure your device is fully charged. Also, have your charger ready. Make sure everything is set up by trying the microphone and camera. There may be a problem if your camera or microphone is not allowed in the general settings. So make sure you allow the use of the microphone and camera in settings. To update the change in settings, you may need to close the tab or restart your device. If you get lost, ask someone who is more experienced to help. Trying to set up the camera or microphone at the last minute or even after the interview has started can be very stressful, as you lose the most valuable time you have with the doctor, and it is not the best way to start. In this state of mind, no one wants to embark on such an important medical consultation. Get ready at least 10 to 15 minutes before the consultation in case of technical problems. Do some breathing exercises, make yourself a cup of tea or coffee, have a notebook and pen ready, and sit in a comfortable chair. Make sure you have privacy for the entire call if you're calling from home or office. If you're calling from your car, do not drive. Find a quiet place where you will not be distracted. Take the time to do a little bit of research on your own to avoid getting lost in the translation. Familiarize yourself with the basic IVF vocabulary and procedures. If you see a study or approach that interests you, ask for more information. Bring your other half or whoever you need for support. It can be overwhelming and stressful to have to go through the first consultation, so let someone to be your rock and give you support. You can discuss your feelings together afterwards. Ask anything that comes to your mind. This is not the time to be politically correct or to be ashamed of anything. The relationship you build with your future clinic should be strong and open. Also, do not hide any information related to your medical condition or anything else that may be important for your treatment. Have a list of questions for the doctor and take notes during the consultation. If you do not understand something, ask again. None of your questions should remain unanswered. Concentrate mainly on questions relating to the medical side. Questions about costs, hotels, travel, or the organization of further treatment can be better answered by your IVF coordinator later on. Also remember that many doctors do not speak English as a first language, so you may find that the language barrier can make things a little bit confusing. Different cultures also need to be considered and respected. Make sure you're familiar with the traditional customs and the nature of the people in the country you're visiting. Make sure that you ask about the pregnancy success rate and the live birth success rate, and make sure that you're given the correct and most up-to-date figures. Ask whether the clinic breaks down the figures into categories in relation to the age groups and types of the treatment. And you should ask about the success rate related to your individual case. Ask about the possible long-term and short-term risk, complications and side effects of the treatment you have chosen. With IVF using your own eggs, the main risk is the hyperstimulation syndrome. If this happens, the fresh transfer will not be possible and you will have to go back home and come back in the next cycle for the frozen embryo transfer. Even after the egg retrieval, you should not rush. Take your time to relax, and if you have any abdominal pain or feel unwell, go to the nearest hospital for a checkup. Ask your gynecologist if there are any contraindications to you becoming pregnant. Also, you should ask about the health risks associated with a pregnancy with twins. Then talk to your IVF specialist about all details. The financial part worries most patients. IVF treatment is an expensive procedure and you need to make sure that you know what to expect in order to avoid any negative surprises. The main costs to consider are the fee for the initial consultation, the pre-test and any further testings, the cost of the medication and procedures, laboratory techniques, vitrification and embryo storage, also any further frozen transfers. Your travel, accommodation and food costs should also be taken into account. Do you need to pay a deposit? If yes, when? Also, when full payment is required. The majority of clinics will ask you to pay all the costs before the egg retrieval. To ensure you are aware of all your options, ask about payment plans or whether you can pay, for example, in installments. Find out if your health insurance covers fertility treatment. In some countries, health insurance companies also cover treatments abroad. Find out about your options and what you need to do before treatment. Having some of the costs covered by the insurance can be a huge help. The paperwork can be overwhelming, so make sure you plan everything ahead. A medical consultation can be very challenging because of all the medical terms and information that is new to you. Stay focused and take notes. There will probably be a lot of things you forgot to ask or need to discuss in more details. Over the next few days, you can look into everything you have written down and contact your IVF coordinator in case you need any further explanation. Don't confirm anything you're not sure about. Take your time to think about it. Ideally, write everything down so that you do not forget small details that were discussed with the doctor. You can always email the clinic later if you have any further decisions to make. After the consultation, you should receive a written summary of the discussion from the IVF coordinator. Thank you all for joining me today. I understand this can be a challenging journey, but I hope this video has given you some guidance and reassurance along the way. For more information, I welcome you to visit my website aboutivf.com, where you will find all the necessary materials and contact details if you have any questions or you need individual support. Whether you're a passive user of my website or actively seek to work with me, you can be sure that you, as a result, will gain confidence and improve your IVF experience. Take care, try and stay positive, and remember that you're not alone. Together, we'll travel this journey with hope and determination. If you like this video, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, and I'm going to see you with the next episode.